Tom Brady, the man with all the intangibles. Whether you love him or you hate him, there is no denying the greatness of this man. He has been making teams pay for passing on him the year he was drafted. After being the 7th string quarterback at Michigan to winning 4 Super Bowls with the Patriots, Brady deserves a lot of praise. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why Tom Brady is the GOAT. Number 1, his toughness. Now, because of the nature of the position, quarterbacks are not always considered tough guys, but Tom Brady is one of the toughest dudes out there. Tom Brady gets the utmost respect from teammates when it comes to talking about his toughness. He played through multiple injuries that a lot of people don't realize. He played with ligament damage in his throwing hand, which caused it to swell up. He played with a sprained ankle in the Super Bowl against the Rams, and he played with a high ankle sprain in another Super Bowl against the Giants. He also played with broken ribs and a broken finger at the same time, and this is what Brady said about it. Quote, "I'm feeling really good. Everyone breaks bones over the course of the year. It's the best I've felt in a while." Wow. And that's not even the best example of his toughness. This next story is crazy. When people talk about Tom Brady and balls, obvious first thought is deflated balls. But here is where the story gets ironic. The year is 2005. And in the latter half of the season, Brady suffered a sports hernia that caused his balls to actually swell up. They inflated to 3 times their normal size. If you've ever played football, can you imagine your balls being 3 times their normal size? Imagine the slightest hit to that area. That would crush your soul. And he played with this at least the last 2 regular season games, as well as the first of the playoffs. The next example of his toughness comes from an interview with Giants defensive lineman Justin Tuck. And on the Dan Patrick Show, Tuck said that they wanted to destroy Brady, to send him a message. Quote, "What we did to him in that Super Bowl, we hit him sometimes where it was like he's not getting up. And then he just got up. He might have cussed his O-line out, but he was able to stay in the game. He threw a ball in the 4th quarter to Randy Moss, and the ball traveled about 75 yards. And that was right after Jay Alford literally broke him in half. I got the utmost respect for him. Obviously, I think he's one of the best ever to do it. But more than that, the whole tough label is warranted for sure." Now, the second point I'm going to make is his obsession with football. Now, Brady has trouble getting football out of his head. After practices and games, his mind is racing just thinking about the game. He does brain exercises to wind down at night. Every single night around 8:30 or 9 he goes to bed, and he wakes up every single day without an alarm. He's basically a machine. And he doesn't drink or go out after games. And his wife said she's caught him before looking at game tape at 3:30 in the morning. It's actually kind of funny because Brady once was like, "I just love football. I don't really have any other hobbies. I want to play football for as long as I can." If he could play football forever, he probably would. The former GM, Scott Pioli, has got phone calls before from security at the stadium saying that there was a kid trying to get into the building to get extra work at the dead of the night. So when Pioli would drive over to check, Tom Brady's car would be in the lot at 1 a.m. And this happened all the time. It's just crazy for someone to have that much passion for something he loves. The third point I'm going to make is about Tom Brady's confidence. Now, when he was drafted, he told the Patriots owner Robert Kraft, "Hi, my name is Tom Brady, and I'm the best decision that this organization has ever made." And then he told his high school coach after getting drafted that if he ever got the chance to start in the NFL, the Patriots would never go back to Drew Bledsoe. And the crazy part about that is, Drew Bledsoe got hurt the next year, and they never looked back. And when Brady finally got the starting job, he told his backup it was no sweat. "I'm going to be the best that this game has ever seen." Now fast forward to the future. When Tom Brady's interviewed at age 38, they ask him, "How long are you going to be able to play? Are you going to be able to keep up this play for another 3 or 4 years? You know what he tells them? "I think I can play another 10 years. That means he wants to play until he's 48. And there hasn't been a lot of successful quarterbacks past the age of 39. Now the fourth thing that I'm going to talk about is his insane competitive drive. Now Tom Brady's competitive fire is the stuff of legend, on the same insane level as Kobe Bryant. How can a man go from being an average quarterback in high school and in college to being one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history without at least a little bit of competitive drive? When he was 8 years old, his dad would take him golfing, and his dad said that every time he struggled, he would get so upset that he started throwing golf clubs. His dad would punish him for this, and Tom Brady would promise not to do it ever again. Literally the next time they go golfing, he did the exact same thing. Danny Amendola, one of the Patriots receivers, said that when he met Tom Brady, Tom challenged him to a game of ping pong. Amendola ended up beating him in the game, and Tom Brady broke his paddle after losing. This is perhaps the most absurd example of Brady's need to succeed at anything. So one time, at a charity football game to benefit disabled children, he was yelling at former teammate Christian Faria to hustle up, that he wasn't playing hard enough. The result was a tweaked hamstring for Faria, who then proceeded to cuss Brady out. He couldn't even let a simple charity football game go without getting competitive. Tom Brady also offers to pay the scout team defenders every time they pick him off. He does this to get the most competitive environment as possible to help their team and to help them get better. And Darrelle Revis once said in an interview, quote, "I think he has a sickness of just being very competitive and having an edge, and just wanting that edge all of the time, and just wanting to destroy opponents. When you're here every day with him and you see how he works, man, I see why he's so successful." Now, this is my favorite story out of all the competitive stories. Now, I don't know if this is more competitive or just straight him being crazy. So imagine Brady being a senior at Michigan right before football season, and they're playing a little bit of intramural basketball. Him and a couple teammates were playing against a couple of college kids. These dudes were talking a lot of trash. They were saying stuff like, "You suck. You are never going to be the quarterback here." And at the time, Drew Henson was looking like he was going to pass Brady on the depth chart. And Tom just took it. He said nothing, but his teammate said you could tell he was getting pissed off. At the end of the game with 1 minute left, Brady came up to his teammate and said, "Next time you inbound the ball, I want you to take it and sprint up the court as fast as you can." So his teammate did, and when he brought it up the court, Tom set a hard screen that laid the kid out. His teammate said, quote, "This kid was looking for his face on the ground. Tom just lit this kid up and laid him out." Can you imagine Tom Brady lighting up a kid? That would be freaking comedy. Now here is my fifth and final point. Tom Brady's incredible postseason stats. I'm just going to go over all his records that he has. The most playoff wins, starts, passes completed, conference championships, highest completion percentage in a single playoff game at 92%, and tied for the most passing touchdowns in a game with 6. Tom Brady has 21 postseason wins, which is more than 21 other franchises in their entire history. Now, to compare him to current quarterbacks is almost unfair because the next closest quarterback is Big Ben at 11 postseason wins. So I'm going to compare Tom Brady to a couple of Mount Rushmore quarterbacks with Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, and Joe Montana. Now, all 4 of these quarterbacks are very comparable. We're going to first start with Brett Favre. He had 13 wins and 11 losses, a 1.46 touchdown to interception ratio, completed around 61% of his passes, got 2 rings, and also had 2 game-winning drives in the playoffs. Peyton Manning had 14 wins to 13 losses, a 1.6 touchdown to interception ratio, completed around 63% of his passes, had 2 rings, and also had 2 game-winning drives. Joe Montana, who Tom Brady looked up to as a kid and literally watched him play in a Super Bowl when he was young, had 16 wins and 7 losses, a 2.14 touchdown to interception ratio, completed around 63% of his passes, got 4 rings, and had 5 game-winning drives. Now, on to the man, Tom Brady. 22 wins, like I said, a playoff record, 9 losses, had a 2 touchdown to interception ratio, completed around 62.5% of his passes, got 4 rings so far in his career, and has 9 game-winning drives, which that is the craziest stat of all, because that's the exact same amount as the other 3 guys combined. So there you have it, the comparison with the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks from the last 20 to 30 years, and I think that's when the quarterback play has been at its best. So thanks for watching, I appreciate it. While making this video, I hit 100 subs and I was not expecting that. So thank you for that. I'm going to be getting these videos out as much as I can. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. Leave a like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it.